Hi, I'm Jim Nuzzo, past Commodore here at Isle Yacht Club and acting president of the Isle Sailing Club. Today we're going to talk about the high-level checkout procedures and what's involved. When you call or sign up online, this checkout form will be pre-filled out by the people in the office and delivered over here to the dockmaster's office. When you arrive, please come to the dockmaster's office, and at that time we'll be checking whether or not your liability releases are in place and signed for both the skipper and the passengers or crew aboard the boat you're taking for the day. Also, take note there's a mailbox right here. When you come back in, the same form that was called the checkout form is now used as the check-in form. Please complete what time you are returning the boat, and if there was any problems or damages on the boat that we can correct, fill that out and leave here in the mailbox. Right now we're in front of the dockmaster's office, and inside, when you fill out your checkout form, you'll also be picking up the keys you need for the boats and also a radio. It's mandatory that you always have a radio on channel 16. Bear in mind the dockmasters work between the hours of 8:30 and 4 p.m. They'll be here, as I mentioned, when you arrive. If you see any problems, in that the dockmasters are in charge of our maintenance overall, they'll advise you of any issues, and likewise advise them of any issues you may run across in the landing. The third step in preparing a boat to depart the dock, check a boat out for the day, is remove the covers. First cover you want to remove is the mainsail cover. Secondly, you want to come back here and detach the tiller extension handle and remove the tiller cover itself. Roll those up. If it's not a windy day, you can leave them on the grass, otherwise you're going to want to put them inside one of the dock boxes so they don't blow away. The third cover we're going to remove before we go sailing is the jib sock cover. We do that by releasing the lower zipper. Notice there's two parts to the zippers here. Once we get the lower part unzipped, come to the upper part. We've got the second zipper there, and then you'll have someone in the cockpit on the jib sock halyard lowering the jib sock. Make sure she doesn't fall back into the water. And we lower the lower sail, the cover, excuse me. And once in a while it hangs up with a twist in the cockpit. As we finish lowering the jib sock, we're going to detach the halyard pin, open it up, make sure we're clear on the port side. In this case we weren't. And now I can see I'm clear on the port side, and why? Because we're eventually going to tie this off to the port chain plate. We just come right over here and attach it at the port chain plate. This fits in and then locks closed. Easier said than done. Now here's the last and the fourth dock box with equipment for the Harbor 20s inside. An important one you'll go to every time. This is where the Harbor 20 cushions are stored. And there's three cushions that go into every Harbor 20. This one by shape we can tell is the cushion that goes all the way aft, perpendicular to the center line. Here's one of the side cushions, either on the port and starboard side. This, in this case, is the starboard cushion. We can see the cutout for a drink hole here, and you can see how it folds. There's a seam on the bottom, and it folds that way. It lays in the boat with the seam down and the cup holder outboard. Here's a sample layout of what the cushions will look like inside the boat. Notice we've got the port one in place here now with the cutout for the drink holder, the cutout outboard on the starboard cushion, and the aft cushion all the way back on the stern of the boat is in place. So here's the correct way they would lay inside the boat for your use and comfort. Once we've removed three appropriate cushions from the dock box and brought them down to the boat, we put them in place. to slide the after cushion in place. Notice the long radius cut out. That goes aft. Next, I'll grab the starboard cushion. And again, the cutout for the something to drink is on the outboard side. It slides right into place. And now we've got left the port cushion to pull in place. Unfold it, seam down, cup holder out, and we've got cushions for a comfortable sail. To deploy the electric motor on the Harbor 20s, we're going to open up the hatch, but first I'm going to make sure that the backstay is released so I have enough room for this hatch to open to clear the motor when we are pulling it out. I'm going to open the hatch, I'm going to clip it in place here, hold this out with my left hand, reach inside with my right hand, and I'm going to have to clear the backstay. See why I needed it loose? And I'm going to swing this out. It's held by shock cord and gently push down on it. And you'll see it. Once the motor is swung outboard and deployed, the last thing we need to do is take the locking pin and slide it through this small stainless steel bail. And we're all set to turn the controller on. Okay, so here's the key that we got from the dockmaster when we were checking in. We picked up our radio. We picked up the appropriate key. We're on Crafty Lady, so we have Crafty Lady's key. It's a magnetic key. We just put the magnetic key in place here. And to turn on the power to the motor, not to actually make the motor run yet, we push this power icon right here, and we can see the screen booted up, and as noted, we have 100% battery power. Now to test the motor, we've tested it so far. It looks electronically like it should run, but we're going to put a head engine on, and we can hear and see the movement. That wasn't very much. And the same thing with running a stern. And we can hear it's running a stern. As far as we're concerned, the motor's ready to go. Step number 8 in the checkout procedure is to disconnect the shore power cable. On Crafty Lady, it's a pigtail we disconnect. On FWB and Clipper, it's actually a receptacle. All 3 of the shore power cables do connect on the port side. What we want to be careful with when we disconnect the cable, we unwrap it from around the stays, and we want to make sure it doesn't drop in the water. And notice when it's locked, it has a slot it can go into. And it locks into that slot in a vertical position. Now the main is ready to hoist safely.